one of the things that also, at least for me, really stood out during the journey of Serwiz was that, of course, you did the management buyout there in the COVID, but
Mm.
quite quickly after you made a very, very major acquisition of
Yep.
Advertise Plus, which, if I remember correctly, almost doubled the business overnight. Can you tell a little bit more about both that process, but also why did you decide on doing that, and how has it been in integrating and managing such a big change that I
Mm.
must assume that it has been for both you, but also for the organization as a
Yeah.
whole?
Yeah, it has been 3 hard, interesting years. But when we bought Sodexo Denmark, it was a quite small company, and we knew that we had some 3, 4 major customers that was 75-80% of our revenue. It was kind of risky, and one of the customers was the COVID, in fact, test centers in Denmark, and we knew that would end. So we decided that we needed to be bigger risk-wise. That was one thing. Another thing was that the things we wanted to create, we didn't have the muscle to do it. Because the smaller you are, the less money you have to invest in your company. Because you generate less profit, and you can't have that high on SG&A. So that was also the reasons that we wanted to buy. And the 1 billion DKK space was the spot we wanted to reach, in fact, because we have calculated that that would give us some muscle, not too big and not too small.
Super, super interesting. And what about like the whole like integration process then? Because like, of course,
Mm.
it's great to sit in the boardroom and say,
Yeah.
hey, we want to grow, we want to be bigger, so we can have more muscles and create the services we want and need for our clients. But then doing it in real life with
Mm.
Zoom, it's almost like, if hundreds, if not thousands of people that were onboarded, a whole culture that needs to be created,
Mm.
and so on. I also must that assume that has been a real challenge going into
Yeah,
that.
you definitely need a good plan.
Yeah,
And that's the easiest thing. And then you really ruthlessly need to execute on your plan. And we did that within 6 months. We had executed on all action points in our plan. So I would say that some of the success we have had with it was our ability to execute what we had planned. The
yeah,
difficult part is, as you also say, creating a new company. I think we got more, maybe 60-70% more employees, reached 2,200 employees from, I don't know what we were in Sodexo, 500 maybe, or so this, and make that change and explain to other people that haven't taken that decision to become Serwiz why it's a good idea, and make them get their trust and the understanding. That's definitely difficult, and it takes time. Really, the most challenging thing, and it's all. I bought a lot of these M&A books, and were reading them, and they all said, "Well, don't underestimate the culture part." And so, yeah. It will come. We are good and nice people, but it's really surprised me how difficult it is, and it takes time. The hard things are easy to implement.